From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here with episode 6 of Catching Up, only here on the ETX ROCKS Show. And you guys might remember from episode 173, we broadcasted live from the Katie Lynn home in Kemp, Texas. We just happened to meet Tanner Sparks that day. I killed him in pool volleyball that day.
I wouldn't say you killed me.
It was closer than kill, for sure.
I mean, if you killed me, then it was the apocalypse that day.
Yeah.
I came back eventually.
Well, I'm like double his age, so he should have won. But I think Tanner is probably the tallest person that's ever appeared on the ETX ROCKS Show.
So far?
Yeah.
So far.
I don't think we've had Max Stalin yet. So, have you met Max yet?
I haven't
He's
met
pretty
tall.
tall.
In person, but I've talked to him over the internet.
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
I didn't know that, so that's you learn something new every day.
Yeah, I didn't know either until I met him. And I was like, "Hello, Mr. Stalin. Please don't hurt me."
Well, they don't advertise it. They just,
Yeah, I know.
I try
Hi, I'm
not
Tanner
to.
Sparks. I'm really tall.
Yeah, I try not to. I mean, but usually that's the first thing people notice.
Yeah. So we're catching up with Tanner, and we found out he's tall. So you guys tune in next time. No, I'm kidding. Now Tanner does have a lot of stuff going on.
We got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a minute, man.
I think the first thing I'd really like to talk about is Jim Nash. Now, Jim, as you guys might know out there, was in radio forever. I mean,
27 years.
Yeah, Texas legend.
Longer than I've been alive.
Right. Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah, and then some. But Jim kind of switched up his business, and now he's your manager with Nash Music Group, which is a brand new thing. First of all, congratulations to you, Jim Nash, on that. And Tanner is the first artist that Jim signed.
I was blessed to be able to be the first artist to work with Jim, and so far it's been nothing but good things. I mean, it's been fun. It's been a ride.
Yeah. And
cool.
man, when we met you, it was just, Katie was just like, man, Tanner Sparks is going to be here, and we knew you of your brothers. And it was just super fun to hang out with you that day. It was hot
was
as
a fun
Hades that
day.
day.
It was, but hey, luckily we got to cool off in the swimming pool, and
Heck yeah.
nothing like Texas summers with the swimming
We
pool
heard
in the
some
backyard.
good music that day.
We did.
I
Me and
think
Katie
you and I
got
even
to
did
get
a
together.
duet. That was crazy. Thank God there's no video of them. There might be video.
I'm sure there
actually.
is. I
Oh,
mean,
Lord.
the days we're living in now. We don't go far without something being on video.
I think you could be in the middle of the woods and somebody would have
Somebody's
something.
gonna catch you on a hunter's camera.
Yeah.
up
It doesn't
there.
have to be flattering entertaining. It just has to be entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah. Back in my day when there was no YouTube, we were safe.
Yeah,
we
well-
could jump off ramps completely naked. Nobody would know.
You just had to
Nobody
not
would
do anything stupid in front of your friends.
Yeah.
Would be never lived down.
Yeah, because then it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
Which is called YouTube nowadays.
And it's called when they get drunk at parties, they're going to tell everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So the debut single from you is called "You Should Probably Leave."
Yes, sir.
And this is a top 50 hit right now. It's number
Yes, sir, we're up
47.
to 47, and that was a cool moment. We were actually when I got the news, we were sitting at 47. Me and the Jim were actually standing out on the balcony in Nashville, 20 stories up, looking over. We were staying downtown, so we were looking over the city, and then he comes outside and says, "Hey, top 50," and I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh gosh, this is cool."
And it's really neat for both of y'all.
It was
I imagine,
neat,
because
man,
for both of
because
y'all, it's the first single.
It was a real blessing to be able to hook up with him because he's just as hungry as I am. I
Yeah.
mean, he's been doing the same thing for 27 years, and I'm assuming he got bored with it. And if he didn't, he'd still be doing it. But
Well, maybe we'll have Jim on the show and we'll find
that'd
out.
be a cool little segment.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming he got bored with it and decided he wanted to. Of course, you can't give up music, so he wanted to just see what else it was about. And then he wanted to bring up a young artist like me, and then the fact that we're having the success that we're having now is really cool.
Yeah. And you've been in the studio working hard on the
We
first
got
EP.
we got an EP coming out, and we thought it was gonna be 5 songs, but now we're talking about maybe more.
Yeah.
Who knows? But we're working on that.
Where are you recording at?
We're recording out of the basement of the Arlington Museum of Art.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Who's producing everything?
Well, I'm me, Greg, and Billy Herzig, and Jim, and I mean we're doing it. We're not really taking it too big. It's really going to be a homegrown kind of deal, so it's pretty cool. Because I went to school to be an audio engineer, and I did the engineering on all my other ones. But we're probably.
But he could not figure out Audacity today.
I couldn't figure out Audacity. That was.
He missed that class that day.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that day.
Yeah, that day he was writing a song.
Audacity day, he was.
But we are actually working out a deal with Bart Rose at Fort Worth Sound.
Cool.
So because I like being in control of recording that creative process, and I'm like, because whenever we're recording, I'm behind the chair and I'm like, all right, I like that. I don't like that. I can cut that out. And then after we get done recording, I edit it myself and then consolidate it all down. I'm going to send it over to Bart Rose and he'll mix it and master it, and then get it back to Jim. We'll shoot it to you guys so y'all can hear it.
And that freedom means everything to you, I imagine.
It does for sure.
And that's Texas independent music for you guys out there that are watching from outside the state. That freedom exists here, and that's why I think Texas music is so damn organic and incredible.
And it really is, because that's what we do. I have an idea, and what was really cool is last year, when we talked last year, I was like, yeah, we got this EP coming out, Music for the Soul. I'm pretty sure I said it was going to be out already. It's not. But you know how music goes. And the whole song
You heard it here
list,
first, he lied.
I lied. But the whole song list is completely different. I don't think there's a single song that's the same.
Yeah.
And so we've got brand new songs, and then it's funny. Me and Greg were talking on the way over here. He's like, it's kind of funny because all of our old songs are going to be on our new album, and then all of our new songs are on this EP. So it's like so all of our old songs are going to be new to them when it's old to us. And it's going to be really fun.
I blame Tanner because he came up with these concepts for these albums that we had to go like it's criteria that the songs got to fall under. And all of our songs, pretty much from before, fall under the second album criteria.
And I'm like, we got to scratch it.
Yeah, so we got to put them over here.
And so I was like, we're still planning to release Act Like Hank this year. We're going to do that later on this year. I'm not going to tell you exactly when. I'm going to have that be a surprise announcement. Kind of cool, but it's just a little hint.
It's going to be a single
out there.
Yeah.
We're going to throw it out
And, I completely forgot, but they brought their guitars. They're going to play us a couple of songs today. So the first one is going to be the next single.
The next single we're going to be pushing, it's called Good Intentions, and I actually wrote it a while back about just the generic going out to. Went out to Silver Saloon, and I think like Mike Ryan was playing. It was really cool because I was on Ranch Roadhouse with Mike Ryan in February, so I got to actually tell him this story and be like, man, I wrote this song at one of your shows. So it was really cool.
I never get to meet Mike Ryan. I saw him in a balcony at a Sundance Head show, though. So I think we're like brothers now.
That's the criteria.
Qualifies.
That's what qualifies, man. I got to meet Sundance too. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, Sundance is cool as heck.
He's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we're working on. I sent him a couple of songs that he's working on. Hopefully, we can get some written and maybe. I'm trying to put out some duets and trios with all these guys that I look up to.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm working on it.
That wouldn't surprise me, man. You are taking the state by storm. A lot of people know who you are now.
Being in Texas, it's a lot easier than trying to do it somewhere else.
Right, I agree. And guys, so we have a huge treat for you guys. If you tuned into episode 173, you already know a lot about Tanner Sparks. But if you're hearing about him for the first time, this next song that you're about to hear will be on radio hopefully later this year, probably over the summer, I imagine.
Yep. It'll be out there sooner before you know it. Who knows? Sooner rather than later.
But this is live and unplugged only here on the ETX ROCKS Show. The song is called Good Intentions by Tanner Sparks. Y'all don't go anywhere. Check it out.
So you say you're seen every trick in the book. I had to catch your name once I caught that look. It's just the way you smile when you heard that song. Well, you don't know the words, but you can sing along. Gotta get your number up in my phone for real. You say every guy in here's the same. And if you come to talk, the only one It's easy to see that you've learned for yourself, and you can't stand to cry at the hands of someone else. Before you turn me down, let me explain myself to you. I got good intentions. I wanna love you right, and I can take you downtown, show you a real good night. Get lost down the dirt road and you're along for the ride. I've got good intentions to take your own advice. Alright. I got good intentions. I wanna love you right, and I can take you downtown, show you a real good night. Get lost down that road and you're along for the ride. I've got good intentions. Take your own advice. I've got good intentions. If you take me home tonight.
Alright, so we are back with Tanner and his lead guitarist Greg Hawes, and they're on the set here on ETX Rocks, aka our living room. And yeah, we do everything out of our home here. We're completely self-funded. We have a good time with the show, featuring the best in independent music in Texas and beyond.
But hey, look at all the Look at where you came from.
We've gone quite far.
I mean, y'all added a lot to the collection since I was on here.
Yeah, we gotta get you up there now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't see
in that
anything.
studio,
It says
man.
Tanner Sparks on there.
I mean, we're gonna have hopefully a couple things out by the time I get here next time.
Right. So you just mentioned, and over the weekend he was actually partying it up in Nashville with Jim, and so tell me what that was like,
was
man.
fun.
Just hanging out there.
We left I don't know where we went. We left on
It
a
was
Saturday.
Monday. I think it was it was.
Yeah, we left on a Saturday because I played Love and War in Lindale.
Yeah.
And it was one of the funnest shows that I've had in recent memory, which isn't very good.
Yeah. Audacity, didn't know. Just saying.
So it was one of the funnest shows I had, and then we drove up to Arlington, slept for like 2 hours, woke up and drove 10 hours to Nashville. We stayed at the Viridian Tower downtown, and 20 stories high, and I'm scared of heights, ironically.
Yeah, I am as well.
Being almost 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
So I'm out there on the balcony, and I'm like, oh.
Well, it's because you're 7 foot taller than everything.
Well,
that
see,
you're
the
higher
thing
than.
is, I mean, every time you've fallen in your life, you've had to fall a lot further.
A little
than
bit higher than everybody
Yeah,
else.
exactly.
I've always been just a little bit higher.
And that must be a thing where tall people are afraid of heights, because I'm deathly afraid of heights.
It's just a little, it leaves me uneasy.
Yeah.
No, 'cause
Have you ever
I'm not
watched
that
the
tall,
show
I don't-
Amazing Race?
Yeah, I've seen it before. I don't watch it religiously.
Well, there's a whole lot of like height challenges.
See, I would be able to do
where
it.
they have to go bungee jumping or sky, jumping or whatever. And I'm every time I see one, I'm like, well, there's a whole lot of nope.
Yeah, see, I think I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah, I'm not bungee jumping.
It's like
Think about the
let's
things
see,
that I'll
$1 million jump off a bridge.
I could always
I'll
make $1
jump-
million without jumping off a bridge.
That's right.
I'll jump 15, 20 feet, 20 feet at the most.
So 20 feet.
Into some water. Into some water.
Okay.
But
Man, you got to have a lot of conditions.
yeah. Absolutely. I'm the
So-
same as you.
Yeah, same. So we're sitting here with Tanner Sparks. This is episode 6 of Catching Up. If you guys are just hearing about this show, the way Catching Up works is anytime we have a guest on the show that wants to come back and maybe they're promoting a tour or a single or an album or just want to know more about Tanner, they come back and we call it Catching Up. I know it's pretty, revolutionary, the term.
It is. It's a universal term.
Where are you hoping, or I should say, when are you hoping that the EP will be released?
Well, right now we're throwing around a couple dates. I mean, I've got a birthday coming up in June, so I'm wanting it to be in that month.
Okay.
And Nash Bash. I don't know if anybody's heard about that, but first annual Nash Bash. If we continue after this year, we're gonna figure out how it goes, and we may end up doing it every year, but. We got Nash Bash on June 16th, so I'm like, well, my birthday's on June 2nd. Hopefully, we'll get this EP out by June 15th on a Friday.
Yeah.
We can have a single release or EP release party, not a single release party. I'm time traveling back to when I was here last time.
So you lied to us.
Well, I did put out the single.
So what we have to do now, folks, is we have to determine if June 15th is indeed a lie or not.
That was what I was about to say. We've been kind of scarred from these dates.
So I'm trying not to put dates on things, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say Nash Bash, June 16th. We're having a big old party for the Music for the Soul Volume 1 release.
Cool.
And it's
so tell us more about Nash Bash.
So there's going to be about 7 artists that are coming to play. I can't name them all offhand, but there's going to be 3 bands and 4 acoustic acts, and they're having it out at Sticks Place in Wichita Falls. And it's going to be the first time we've ever done anything like that as Nash Records, because this is the first year it's happened. And so we're going to be headlining that. Since we're throwing out our EP around that time, we're going to be trying to ride that wave as much as we can. And then, but fast forward to next year, we're going to be doing a music festival for my birthday called, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I'm going to come up with it, but it probably has something to do with me.
We'll call it the Tanner Than Page from WWE. The whitest girl in America.
And I'm hoping that...
sparked up on the creek.
I'm hoping by that time, I mean, I've already met a bunch of guys that are down with my music and like writing and hanging out, and so hopefully by that time I'll have some guys that want to come play, and I'll be able to get a good enough crowd to be able to pay them well enough to come out and hang out and party for my birthday. I mean, it'd be a dream to be able to hang out with some of these dudes.
Of course, man. And I know, from talking with you last summer that you're a huge fan and very passionate about Texas music.
And the fire's only gotten bigger.
Yeah. Just the history of things, I mean, we talked in length about Daryl Dodd and people like that. And you being a young artist, you are so in tune to what Texas offers and what it has offered for so many years.
I feel like it's just a better for everybody if you know history. That was my favorite subject because I mean, if you know history, you know when it's bound to repeat itself, and you can either jump on that train or try to solve that. And we're trying to jump on that train right now.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I mean, when we talked to you, you were very unknown, but you knew Daryl, you knew all these other folks. His brothers are both phenomenal artists in their own right. So just following those footsteps, I knew was kind of daunting for you when we talked last year.
I was blessed, man.
But man, you are killing it.
I'm working. I'm trying. I'm glad to hear you say that, because a lot of times it seems like we've got a lot of momentum, and then the devil tries to hold us back, and then we get more momentum. But I mean, no matter what, as long as we keep our head up and just do it all to give glory to God and make sure that we keep things on the right track, I mean, we can't go wrong.
And I think you're on the right track. You get the right people in your corner.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like there'd be a lot of people. I've got a lot of people that are proud of me right now, and that feels good.
And we are definitely one of those people because,
thank you.
Man, when we saw you in Katie Lynn's living room just picking on that guitar, just messing around, not really even being serious about anything, Louise and I were just like, where has this kid been? I mean, your voice is so country, but you're just such a humble young guy, and it's really cool to see what's going on for you. And,
thank you, brother.
ETX ROCKS is definitely very proud of you as well.
We're proud of you guys. Y'all came a long way. We've kind of grown together.
Absolutely,
I remember, like when y'all first started up a couple months before I came and did y'all's show, and or probably maybe a year.
That was a year.
Yeah, and because and I was like, man, this is cool. And then to see where y'all grown to, and all the stuff y'all got on your walls, and like, it's cool to be able to like pick out some of these people. Like, I know some of these people personally. some of them that I wish I knew personally. I'm like, oh, you met him?
It's weird for us too, because like we say all the time, this is our living room.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so when we're done filming, all of this stuff gets rearranged back into a living
And
room.
if these walls could talk, man.
Yeah. And in fact, we just had Jade Marie Patek here Sunday.
I got to play a gig with her, or it wasn't really a gig, but we did the New Faces show together.
Yeah.
T-Triple-R. And
well, she was sitting here and she was just like, man, you know, like, I would love to write a song just about this coffee table. Like, this coffee table has seen so many people.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, I've never thought of it that way.
Me neither. That's what's so cool about meeting so many different songwriters and stuff, is because they all have a different way of thinking.
Yeah,
But see,
which is why I love what
life.
we do, because
Exactly.
it's my job to try to figure out what they're thinking and how
And I
they
mean,
do what they do.
If you like to talk, which I know you do, and you like to listen and hear stories and tell stories and just get back to the good old way of life, and you're in the best spot. You're in the best spot.
It can't get any better, man.
Exactly.
You know, we say all the time that we get paid in memories.
It's cool. And that's what I'm out for right now. Like I was telling Jim, I was like, man, I just want to see the countryside.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can get paid to do it, awesome. Let's do that.
Yeah, that'd be a bonus.
That'd be a bonus. But as long as we're traveling and not struggling, and I mean, I've got the guys with me so far I've got a good 5-piece band we're rocking with right now. With Greg Hawes, Mike Dunn, Rich Hill,
It's
Danny
actually
Freeman.
a 4-piece band behind you.
Yeah, 4-piece band behind me.
Yeah, the front man doesn't matter.
And
It doesn't count. In the
You
overall
just
count.
play rhythm, man.
It's
Come
Tanner
on.
Sparks in a 4-piece.
and half the time I don't even do that.
Yeah.
But
If he didn't break a string.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, it took him like an hour and a half to restring their guitars.
I had to
Wink.
take the little stickers out of retirement today because I left
Stickers.
them. But
I've got some extra stickers in the drawer in there. Maybe I'll give you one.
that'd be
They're
great.
not for the show, but I've got
Either
different
or.
artists
That'd be
in
cool.
there.
Okay.
I'll let y'all pick.
I'm trying to fill it up.
All right, cool. All right, so guys, we're going to be right back right after this message from an independent artist, and we're going to play What the Heck with Tanner and Greg. So y'all don't go anywhere.
My name is Ely Buck Davis. Thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
All right, guys, so we are back, and the Magic Laptop has made an appearance. Now, if you guys saw before our message, there was no laptop. Now there is. It just,
It's popped up.
yeah, it's super weird how that happens.
They missed the spell that I said earlier.
Yeah, well, it's,
Right,
my David Copperfield is strong. Yeah, it really is. It's all the laptop, actually. But we're going to play What the Heck with Greg and Tanner. And now, when we had Tanner on the show the first time, we played Rapid Fire, and we just recently brought Rapid Fire back.
And one thing I remember about that is it was so hot when we were doing that.
It was,
I
man. We were both
sweating.
melting.
And it
Absolutely.
was rapid fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
outside.
and it was so hot outside that like it took him, I think it was like 30 seconds to answer whether he liked the Beatles or the Stones more.
Yeah,
I was
it
like, that's not Tanner, man.
He was
would-
internalizing the
he'd
whole
be like
time, and I'm
right
like,
there.
Tanner, answer the damn question. We are melting. It was legitimately 115 degrees on that deck, I think.
And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, it's not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Right.
It's personality quiz.
All right, so the way this works is very simple. The game's called What the Heck. I'm just going to ask you all like 10 questions, okay? Some of these questions might be in a would you rather format like Rapid Fire was. Some might be silly or stupid or gross. Some might be deep. And all I need y'all to do is shut your filters off and tell me the first thing that pops into your head when I ask the question. Sound good? Can y'all do that?
Fingers crossed.
All right, so
I'm a back.
I could try.
So this is What the Heck from Tanner Sparks. Jim, if you're watching, turn it off. All right, number one. What do you think cats dream about?
Probably yarn.
Yarn. And what if the cat has never encountered yarn in his existence? How could it possibly dream about
So
yarn?
I'd have to say cats probably dream about like
Wet
food
food.
or just
My
messy-
cats dream about
just-
wet food because I gave them wet food like once or twice and every now and then and all that stuff. And then they're like, what's this dry stuff about?
I think my cat has nightmares about me.
Just never upgrade a pet's food ever because then they expect it.
Exactly.
Right. Well, especially a cat. Like
Yeah.
my cats, one side they got a double-sided bowl, both of them, and if one of them gets too low, just they're gonna give you hell about it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. We have cats and dogs here, so we have to elevate the cat food or the dogs will eat all their food.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, so the
Yep.
cats will jump up or whatever. We have like a little system for them to get up higher because one of our cats is like 20 years old, you know. So He walks around with a little walker, and but the bowl will be full of cat food, and the cat will bitch because there's no food like around the cat bowl, like on the chair for him to eat
Afterwards.
Yeah. So what we have to do sometimes to make the cat stop bitching is just take some food out of the bowl and sprinkle it around the bowl,
goodness.
so he can eat it off the basement.
Well, I noticed you don't have the problem of having to elevate the cat poop.
Well, we have that problem. We just haven't figured out how to solve it yet. Thanks for that, Greg.
Because I got that problem. I definitely got
So I would just like to point out that Greg brought poop into this conversation. I'm just going with that now, okay? Get it? Going with that? All right, so speaking of poop, see what I did there? That's called a perfect segue, folks.
Segue.
Write that down. So, when you're dating somebody new, okay, what do you think is the appropriate amount of time to wait before going number 2 in front of them?
Like in front
In
of
the
them?
Right,
same
like
room with
in
them.
the same. Never.
Never.
Well, I mean, me and my girlfriend have been together for a while, and I don't mind pooping in front of her, but I don't like to. I have weird like self-conscious about like wiping in front of her. So I'm like, all right, I'm done. Get out.
All right. Here's the other side of that coin, though. Would you be all right with her pooping in front of you?
No.
Pooping, wiping, none of that.
She don't poop.
No.
What are you talking about?
She don't poop. She's perfect.
Exactly.
How do we know that the pet foods are the flavor they say they are?
I'll try them. I don't know about y'all. But
Not me. So, like
I
salmon
just
flavored
take the word
cat
for
food
it.
is actually salmon flavored, or
no, it's kind of like whenever you buy one of those like cheap like knockoff candies or something.
Yeah.
It's supposed to taste like strawberry. It doesn't really taste like strawberries.
it's just almost.
It's just kind of.
So why does the packaging say like almost beef and gravy?
Well, I mean, I can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking my head up a bull's ass, but wouldn't you just take the butcher's word for it?
Yeah. So we have to take Purina's word for it
Absolutely.
because the dog can't exactly tell us.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like,
like, dude, this is not chicken and rice. This is a
where is the
Gravy
rice?
train. This ain't even gravy. This is water.
this isn't your kibbles and bits.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's just something I've always wondered. You know, like how do we know? And like most of the people I ask that to is like, I've tried it, it's true. I'm like,
Well, I
wait.
mean, I've eaten dog
You gotta
treats.
try it.
I mean, I've tried a dog Oreo, not because I wanted to, but cruel jokes. And I mean, they
It's
don't
not
taste
snorting condoms. ladies
too
and gentlemen.
bad.
No snorting condoms.
No Tide Pod eating. No, I ain't never done
That's
that.
a whole different episode.
That was the generation under him.
Yeah, that was after me.
Yeah.
I'm-
So you're not into the
no,
Tide
I'm
Pods
not.
and
No, that
all
ain't
that
me.
stuff. Thank
It
God.
doesn't help with writing songs or any of that stuff like
Yeah.
they say
It
it
was
does.
like, I was still in the generation where they did drugs to do all that.
Disclaimer: kids, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs and don't eat Tide Pods.
That's right. Mm-mm. Don't
Never thought
snort
we'd be-
condoms.
So
either.
don't
that
do
would
drugs
be
and
saying
don't
any of
not
this.
do drugs.
All right, number 5. If Superman is so smart, why do you think he wears his underwear over the top of his pants?
I don't think he's smart. I think he's brawn. Like if you think about every
He's bold.
like, super
Great.
awesome college player you ever thought of and all that stuff.
Was Johnny Manziel very smart?
Johnny Manziel's a little different.
I'm
story.
gonna-
I'm
I'm
thinking
gonna-
of a linebacker.
I'm going to call you out, though. I don't think Superman was the best college football player ever. Though.
Well,
'Cause
That
there
was
is-
obviously Brian Boswell.
No, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
but before
Same
Forrest
number.
got to the end zone, Superman could burn the ball away, and it would just there'd be no touchdown.
No, Forrest Gump's too fast for that, man.
He'd burn the ball away. There's no
No.
You
way.
burned the ball away.
Now,
That's
that
a
would be
football
awesome,
team.
like a Clark Kent Forrest Gump race.
And Flash.
Yeah.
But does Forrest just have to go 100 yards, and
That's it.
Clark Kent has to go all the way around the world?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we got to make it fair.
That's definitely fair.
Forrest just got to go home.
Oh yeah, you just tell him Forrest go home.
Run
It's,
home.
it's over, dude.
Yeah, just run.
That'd be
Run
like
home, Forrest
that'd be
Gump.
like putting a cupcake on a fishing pole and dangling it in front of me. I'm gonna run. You know what I mean?
What about when his
Don't even
mom
like
was
cupcakes,
sick and he
y'all.
was on a boat and he just like swam like 300 miles?
He was one athletic SOB.
I'm
man.
telling
I'll tell
you.
what.
It's just
Tom
ran.
Hanks
Just,
ran
I,
anything.
just for the heck of it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he's not talking to volleyballs, we'll be all right.
Hey, Wilson was like the best supporting actor in the history of movies.
And
He didn't have to do anything.
So much better than Chuck Norris.
He didn't have,
Chuck, don't hurt me.
I could have been on that movie, and all he had to do was paint my face up and all that stuff, and I could have been the best supporting actor.
No, I don't think you could have done as good a job.
I think I could have, though, man. Just air me up a little bit.
All right, number 7, maybe? Yeah, number 7. All right. If you were a worm, how long would you be?
You're so long.
I don't think I would, man. I think I'd be the shortest worm you could possibly be, because then you don't have to eat that much.
Yeah.
You can survive a lot easier.
You don't like to eat?
Well, it's not that. It's just if you're a worm, finding food's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a little worm.
I imagine.
I would want to be a little worm.
Being food's a problem for a worm, too.
Not if you're a monster worm. Not if you're like a big old worm that...
Like an Amazon worm.
Yeah, like an eat or be eaten kind of worm.
Well, you're going to get eaten or killed by whoever's food you're stealing, so.
Not if I'm like adapted to be like a big old worm.
If I adapted.
He's talking about being a
Man,
dragon worm.
these guys have no clue what questions I have here, and they're leading me into the perfect questions every time. He just said adapted, and what do you think about with adaptation? It's evolution, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, so if evolution is true, that's a segue. If evolution is true, then how in the world did the sloth make the cut? We'll call that number 8.
I think because the sloth has it all figured out, really. You think we've got it figured out and all that, but then we have health problems. We have our bodies wearing out because we work so hard and all that stuff, and physical labor and all that stuff. Well, sloth just stays up in a tree, hangs out, man.
Man, don't even get me started on evolution. I could be there all day, but I don't even know where to begin. Because there's a lot of animals.
I think evolution started at the beginning.
Yeah, the sloth wouldn't be the first one I would.
Yeah, I would be like, man, what's the deal with airline food? No, I'm just kidding.
It's not got to do with evolution.
No, I said, what's the deal with... I was going to say, what's the deal with wasps? But then I said, what's the deal with... And I was like, what's the deal with airline food?
Well, airline food is just leftover hospital food.
Yeah, that's not good.
That makes a lot of sense.
But for real, if I was really going to ask the question, I'd be like, what's up with, like, wasps and mosquitoes and, like...
Platypuses.
Like...
Or is it platypi?
Platypeople.
Platypeople.
What's up with cockroaches?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
why can't they be more like dragonflies? They've both been around forever.
True.
So why can't
Well,
they be more
one
like...
got wings and the other didn't.
Well,
One drinks Red Bull.
One will drink my Red Bull if I don't keep my eyes on it.
Yeah, and when it drinks your Red Bull, it doesn't have wings. It doesn't turn into a
Yeah,
dragonfly.
it's kind of it just
weird.
turns into spitting it out of my mouth. Really.
We didn't need that imagery at all. All
We
right.
laughed.
I promised some deep questions, and we'll get into that now. Number 9. You can pick any songwriter, living or dead, to write your life story in a song. So who is that songwriter, and what's the title of the song?
I have to say, it probably need to be a co-write, but
That's fine.
I think
See that?
it's got to be a co-write of The Highwaymen, and they'd have to segment it up because I had different phases of my life.
Yeah.
It was each and every one of them. so it would be like, it would just be, I don't know, what would you call it? I'd let The Highwaymen figure that out. The Highwaymen plus Merle Haggard.
Wow, he's not asking for much at all.
No,
It's like $1 million co-write.
Yeah, and then if I could buy like Prince to come and play like
A
instruments.
Prince Merle Haggard co-write. I'd listen to it.
Well, yeah, I was about to say Waylon, but that just blows all that out of the water. So
What would the song be called?
the song, or is it an autobiography, or is it a biography?
It's a song.
Song.
It's a bio song.
A song would be called "He Wished He Did, But He Didn't."
Nice. Very
Cool.
good. All right, number 10, last one. This will be a lot of fun. All right, you're stranded on a deserted island, and you can pick one person, alive or dead, to be stranded there with you. Who is it?
Wilson.
That's a
person.
long segue. It's a long.
Yeah, that's
segue.
called an imperfect segue. You guys, for you kids following along.
I think Tom Hanks finally give him that that feeling of having somebody there with him.
All right, so he's picked Tom Hanks. You
I
can't
mean,
pick
I'd have
Wilson.
I'd have to go with somebody that I can hang out and have good vibes with for at least long enough to starve to death, because I don't think we're gonna get survived.
Or
Okay.
we could actually hang out with
So I'd have to
survivalists.
go with like Willie.
All right. Now, there's a second part to this question that I didn't tell you all about. So you're there with Tom Hanks, you're there with Willie Nelson. Now you each have to name 3 items you would need to keep that person entertained.
That's easy.
Shrimp, a Wilson volleyball, and mail.
Mail.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Willie's pretty easy to please, man. I don't even know.
Well, I know what number one
I'd
is.
take Trigger. I'd take Trigger, his guitar, just so I could play it too. And then I'll take a bunch of beep. I don't know if you can say that. But
That's when you put a little marijuana leaf
yeah,
over his
I'll
mouth
take a
as he
bunch
says
of
it.
pot. And then I think I'd take an open mind, because Willie's a crazy guy.
An open mind. What a great answer. that
Just
is.
That
imagine.
is a great answer.
Just imagine all the songs that we could write, and
Oh, I don't even want to know. You'd be singing about seagulls, and
yeah.
like the more delusional you get.
Remember, this is the guy that said sang Shotgun Willie.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. So that was What the Heck with Tanner and Greg, and Tanner won that game.
Of course,
For
he's
you guys,
taller.
For you guys that know out there, the winner of the game, all they have to do is say "What the heck."
And I said it like 4 times.
No, you said it once.
Oh.
One time you said "What the heck," and so he won the game.
When
He
did I
had an
say it?
unfair advantage. He's taller than me.
That's
I'd have
true.
to-
He's like 8'2".
Nah.
He's
He's like, no, not really. Anyway, we're sitting here with Tanner Sparks and Greg Hawes from the Tanner Sparks Band, just blowing up Texas right now with their music. And I think the reason why for that is the freedom involved in your music. You keep it organic, you keep it rootsy to traditional country.
Yes,
I know how
sir.
much you feel about traditional country.
We're trying to bring it back to life. I mean, it's still living, but we're trying to bring it back to where people don't think it's dead anymore. I
Right.
mean, I saw a song on the country music chart that said country music's dead. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, no,
I haven't heard the
hate
song,
hearing stuff
but I
It
know
might
it's
be
my-
on life support, but
Yeah, it might be on live support, but we're alive and kicking. And
Yeah.
I mean, but we're put together a good band of artists that are bringing that movement.
and the
back.
people out there are desperate for that sound.
Exactly.
And it's, anytime you hear that sound, you notice that desperation in the fan base out there, because people will flock to it.
People. I mean, when I was in Nashville and I got up on stage, we packed the bar out. When we left, the bar left because we're playing country.
The people
music.
left or the bar left?
The people and the bar.
The bar
The
left.
bar's not there?
The bar's down here in Texas with me, because they're like, this is where the real music is.
I agree. The real music is in Texas. You heard it here first from the one and only Tanner Sparks. Now, Tanner, if people are just hearing about you for the first time, where can they follow along with
Y'all
the journey?
can go catch me on Spotify and iTunes. Find me at tannersparksband.com. There's a bunch of cool stuff that we post up there, and we got an email letter. We occasionally do cool little giveaways and different promotional things, stuff like that. So y'all go check that out.
Nash Records.
Nash Records, and you can follow him on Facebook, and you can.
That's where a lot of our
Keep it
events
up.
are posted and all that stuff, and all the events that are working with Nash.
Right. And new music on the horizon, EP release party at Nash Bash this year.
That's
We're
the
going to
plan.
hold you to it.
Well, that's the plan. If you're
June
holding to it,
15th, you heard
we'll
it
see
here.
you there. That's when we're putting the song out, and the Nash Bash is the very next day.
And just
June
keep in mind,
16th.
we've been releasing this EP for a year.
For-
so.
for-
Yeah,
about a year
at
and a half.
least a year.
So-
They've been releasing this EP for so long, the songs have changed 3 times on it.
Yep.
It's starting to like rival Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like the return of the Chili Peppers.
We're just gonna release this one to the sea creatures.
The Mirror People.
This is gonna play underground only.
way underground.
Underground
This is
only.
like mantle music.
Yes.
That's how underground it is. But again, it's TannerSparksBand.com, and it's the Tanner Sparks Band on Facebook.
Yes.
Are you on Instagram and
I
Twitter
got
as well?
Instagram and Twitter now. I didn't last time. I couldn't tell you my Twitter handle.
I think it's Tanner Sparks.
Tanner Sparks _TX.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
that's what it
that's my Twitter. And then the Instagram is...
See, that's what you get from making funky name. Mine's like Greg Hawes, Instagram. Bam.
I think my Instagram is Tanner Sparks Music.
Okay. So just look all those up. Make sure you're following along with the journey. And as we always say on the show, you don't know how much it supports an artist just to hit the like or follow button on social media.
Please.
And it helps them with venues. It helps them with streams.
Sponsors.
And everything. Yeah, I mean, everything is based off of social media following in the 21st century. Unfortunately, hopefully that'll change a little bit, but it's completely free for you guys to follow an artist. It's so simple to do. It takes 0.3 seconds to just hit like or follow.
And if you like their music, then it's a win-win situation for both of
Absolutely,
us.
because then you know where they're going to be. You know what songs are coming out. All of these artists are great about sharing their music and their story through their social media. At least most of them are. So make sure you're following along with everything Tanner does, like the ETX ROCKS Show does. We're huge fans of his.
We're huge fans of y'all's.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And Tanner will be back, I'm sure, every time that you have a new
Anytime
song
I get a
out.
chance, man,
Awesome.
I'll be back.
And
Probably
East
come
Texas
back
boy
whenever we
too.
Release the EP.
Yeah, we'll probably be back in June.
Absolutely, we'd love to have you. And he's going to be up on the wall in June, hopefully.
Oh yeah, the Wall of Fame.
We've got something to put up there. We just don't have anything inside of it at the point because we sold them all. So
I got cases.
yeah, we got cases there.
There ain't no CDs in them.
Well, we'll talk after we're off air. So once again, guys, this is episode 6, catching up with Tanner Sparks. All the huge stuff that he's got going on in his life and his career. Just super proud of everything you're doing, and stay humble. I know you will. You're one of the coolest cats we know. So.
Well, thanks, brother. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the support from you and from the fans and from everybody else. So
We're not
again,
worthy.
Absolutely. And again, it's TannerSparksBand.com. TannerSparks.
yeah, go check that
If you don't know
out.
how to spell band, I can't help you. Of course, if you're Bree Bagwell, it is a different spelling. So I didn't think of that.
Me neither.
Because Bree Bagwell in the band is Banned.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but see, if it's different, then you got to spell it. If it's not different, then it's just spelled how band is spelled.
That's right. Band. B-A-N-D.
it's
Come
not
on,
Banned. It's
folks.
not
No,
that.
it's not Bree Bagwell. That would be a killer.
But you can go
pro
look
right
her up too.
there. Absolutely, I agree. She's on here
I
somewhere.
got to
right
meet
there.
her at the New Faces show.
Right there.
I didn't ask for her phone number though. I should have.
If you're tuned into the ETX Rock Show for the first time, we definitely want to thank you guys for your time. If you want to follow along with everything we have going on, we're located on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at ETX Rocks. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Of all the things you guys can do to support us, that is the main one for us. And just by hitting subscribe, you change the algorithms within YouTube and allow our videos to be more recommended in suggested video sections, which means more exposure for folks like Tanner Sparks and all the wonderful artists that we've spoken to over the last couple of years. Also, as a subscriber, you guys get instant notification of every single episode and all of the videos that we drop on YouTube. You get up to 12 to 15 hours advance notice of all of our content. And if you guys are a subscriber, you know that we're close to 1,000 videos on our YouTube channel.
Y'all been posting quite a bit.
Yeah, 1,000 videos. Now, when I started our YouTube in October 2 years ago, I never would have guessed 1,000 videos. And almost 250,000 views on
That's
YouTube.
awesome.
You got to say
So-
2.5 years ago now. That's almost.
Well, it's almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in June. Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
250,000 views, we're going to hit that next month. So definitely want to thank all of you guys out there that are supporting the journey and the mission here with ETX Rocks and tuning in, because without y'all, there is no us. So thank you so much for that. If you'd like to donate and contribute to the ETX Rock Show, every dime and dollar you guys send us goes right back into the production of the show. That means new equipment, new everything that helps us keep the show on the air, and it also helps us get out to on-location interviews at different venues across Texas, which we'd love to do, and we'd love to do more of those for y'all. If you'd like to donate to the show, you can do so at www.paypal.me/ETX Rocks, and we will take anything from American dollars, rupees, Polish zloty, pesos, Bitcoin, and Robert De Niro.
Just not dinars.
No.
No dinars.
Dinar does not spend in a Sunkist machine. And if you could ever find a Sunkist machine and you try to use a dinar in it,
It's just going to take it from
Nothing. Goes right through it like a laxative. Chirp, chirp, chirp. I'm gonna try to find a cricket sound effect and just put it right there. And as we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
That's right.
He won't ride in his truck, 'cause he turns his speakers up way too loud. She'd rather take her own car, talk on the phone all the way through town. But it's obvious they're different, that's easy to see. But if their paths ain't crossed, well, who knows where they might be, 'cause he's got his own way of how he should live his life. But she's got her ways of keeping him in line. They're perfect for each other, but somehow they make it work. Well, I guess that he's got his, she's got hers. He don't want to just stay in, he wants to hang out with his friends on a Friday night. While she stays out of trouble, fills the bathtub with bubbles and her glass with wine. It's obvious they're different, but only God knows why. They've been going on this strong, they must be doing something right, 'cause he's got his own way of how he should live his life. But she's got her ways of keeping him in line. They're perfect for each other, but somehow they make it work. Oh, I guess that he's got his, she's got hers. Well, they ain't perfect for each other, and that's easy to see. But if their paths ain't crossed, there's no telling where they might be. It's obvious they're different, and only God knows why. They've been moving on this strong, they must be doing something right. If he's got his own way of how he should live his life, but she's got her way of keeping him in line. They ain't perfect for each other, but somehow they make it work. Well, I guess that he's got his, she's got hers. Well, they ain't perfect for each other, but somehow they make it work. Well, I guess that she's got him, she's got hers.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks.